How do you determine how many roots an equation has? For example, if you see an equation like x to the fifth power minus 1 equals 0, how many roots does it have? Some students might say, well, x to the fifth power must equal 1, right? Move the 1 to the other side. So x equals 1, doesn't it? Isn't that just one root? That's incorrect. The number of roots an equation has depends on the degree of the expression. What degree is it? If it's a fifth degree equation, it must have 5 roots. Everyone, why do so many students not understand this? If it's a fourth degree equation, it has 4 roots. If it's a third degree equation, it has 3 roots. Why is that? Let me prove it to you. Suppose we have an equation x minus 1 equals 0. That's first degree, right? So it definitely has only one root, x equals 1. Okay, what about x squared minus 1 equals 0? That's second degree, so it definitely has 2 roots. What are these 2 roots? This can be factored into x plus 1 times x minus 1 equals 0. So one root is negative 1 and the other is 1, right? Aren't those 2 roots? X equals plus or minus 1. This is a quadratic, so there are 2 roots. Now, what about a cubic? X cubed minus 1 equals 0. How many roots does that have, everyone? So how many roots does it have? Some students might say, isn't it just x cubed equals 1? Doesn't that mean x equals 1, so there's only one root? That's wrong. Besides x equals 1, there are actually 2 more hidden roots. Where are those 2 roots? Let me show you. Isn't this the difference of cubes formula? The original expression can be factored into x minus 1 times x squared plus x plus 1 equals 0, right? Isn't this the difference of cubes formula? That's exactly what it is. So one of its roots is x equals 1. That's correct. One root is x equals 1. And where are the other 2 roots? They're right here. Who are those 2 roots? Can't we just use the quadratic formula to find them? What are those 2 roots? It's negative b over 2a, and negative b is negative 1. Plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. b squared is 1 minus 4 times, isn't that minus 3? Negative 1 over 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 3. These are the other 2 roots. Of course, the square root of negative 3 is an imaginary number. So it has one real root, which is 1 and 2 imaginary roots. So altogether, how many roots does it have? Isn't it 3 roots in total? All right, then some students might ask, what about a quartile equation? Does a quartile equation have 4 roots? Let's check it out. Let's see if a degree 4 equation really has 4 roots. If x to the 4th power minus 1 equals 0, does it have 4 roots? Can't we factor this as well? Factor it into x squared plus 1 times x squared minus 1 equals 0. Right? Isn't this just the difference of squares formula? Isn't it x squared squared? X squared plus 1 times x squared minus 1 is x to the 4th minus 1, isn't it? No problem at all. And then we can break it down further. X squared plus 1 times this